Right, guys, it's Black Man the Traveller. I hope everyone's okay. It's a brand new year, and I've got some amazing guests on my podcast right now. So I'm going to let my special guest introduce herself.
Wow. Hi, I'm Aneesa Marie. Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, thank you for coming on. How's your day been so far?
That's very cheeky. It's been good, thank you.
It's been good?
Yeah.
Did you do anything productive?
Yes, I did. I sent emails.
Okay.
I sent emails for bookings and shows and stuff like
Busy already?
Yeah.
Busy already?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What was your childhood like growing up in London?
Right, so I didn't grow up in London.
Oh, where was you?
I didn't grow up I'm not from London.
Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Trinidad.
Okay.
I was born in Trinidad
Okay.
and then migrated over here to Dunstable. I
Okay.
was there for about 6 years and I grew up in Luton and then moved to Leighton Buzzard and then moved to London when I was 17.
Wow.
And I've been here for like the last 10 years.
So, coming over from the Caribbean to the UK, what was it like as a child? What was your childhood
In fairness,
memories?
I don't have much recollection of my childhood back home, but I will say in the four walls that I grew up in, it was like Trinidad. That was like that house was the island of Trinidad. It
Full
was,
Caribbean.
yeah, it was the food that we ate. I didn't realise how different my upbringing was until I started to mix with other people.
Okay.
And find out about their stories, and I was like, whoa. Yeah. My childhood was very different.
Do you ever go back home to
Yeah.
Trinidad?
Definitely.
How often do you go back home?
I haven't been back since 2017, but I do try to go back every year. But because of the whole COVID situation, haven't travelled for a while. And then they had restrictions and they want you to quarantine, and I'm like,
yeah.
that's not for me.
So, going back home to Trinidad, how close are you with the Caribbean culture?
Extremely.
Very
close,
extremely.
Yeah.
So you're into the music, is that soccer, right?
Soca.
I apologise. So are you quite big in the soca scene?
Nah, I'm not. What do you mean, as a musician?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because I don't make that music.
What type of music are you into?
I like all music, but I don't make soca. I don't make bashment.
Yeah.
Or I haven't. I should say I don't, because
Yeah.
I just haven't done it as yet.
Yeah.
There's also potential for doing those things. It's just right now I don't need to. It's not what I want to do.
I've heard your music before. You've got a very powerful voice.
Thank you.
It's very soulful.
Thank you.
I love it.
Appreciate it.
That's how actually...
Yeah, how did you come across?
I was on someone's IG, and then I don't know who that person was, and then I thought, okay, I don't know, I must have clicked friends,
Yeah.
and I must have clicked on your profile. Then I saw that you're very powerful
Thank you.
as a female.
Thank
You're
you.
very like leaderish,
Thank you.
and then I saw that you make music that caught my attention.
Okay.
Anyone that's got like a creative mind,
Mm-hmm.
or that's part of a creative type of society, I'm interested in that.
Okay.
So I went on your profile. You make music, and also you're very like strong in terms of female leadership.
Okay.
That caught my attention.
What does that mean to you exactly?
In terms of like you're on supporting the females
Okay.
in terms of different type of aspects.
Okay.
That's from what I could. Well, that's just me kind of prejudging. I might
Okay.
be wrong. In terms of music, define music. What is music to you? Like, how would you describe music? Like, what does music mean to you?
is a connection to, I guess, I don't want to be like sound cliche, but like the universe, to God.
Yeah.
It's how you communicate with God.
Okay.
That's just if you think about holy books,
Yeah.
it's written as the angels were, celestial beings, and they sang in X, Y, and Z, and they made music, or they blew the trumpet. And to me, that is the same as that's why it's so important about what lyrics you put in your music, and so important about the message that you send, because it's a spiritual something. So yeah.
So when you perform and you make your songs, you're very careful with the type of language that you use in your lyrics.
Extremely careful.
Okay.
Extremely careful.
Okay. Out of all things in your life, why music? There's so many things that you can do. Why music?
Because it kept calling me. I tried to run away from it, and it kept calling me. I was
It's
like,
hard.
yeah, it was really difficult. For a very long time, I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I had the vocal ability. I'm
Okay.
very hard on myself. And I wouldn't say I had a negative mindset, but, you absorb the ideas that are pushed onto you as you grow up. And because I'm quite academic,
Okay.
I was expected to go down the academic route as opposed to being a creative. But I just decided, why would I want to live a life that's been chosen for me as opposed to what I've chosen for myself, or what's been ordained for me? So do music. I was doing a law degree and I dropped out of my law degree. So yeah.
I think it's not always about the education system. I think if you have a talent, go for the talent.
Yeah,
if you
because you
find,
love it at the
yeah.
end of the day, and you can wake up every morning and be like, it's something that I want to do and I want to work out. I don't think when I'm doing vocal warm-ups or I'm singing a song, it's not work to me. It's fun. It can be stressful. Like, I might be going through something. I don't want to go to a meeting. I don't want to do this. The additional parts of it can be stressful, but music itself, there's nothing stressful about that. Sorry.
How did you get into music? That's why I want to know. Like, how did it start?
I don't know how to answer that really. I've always sang. I've always sang. It's something that it gives me peace. As a child, I've always sang. But in terms of professionally, I think when I moved to London, my cousin wanted me to start a band, be in a band with him.
Okay.
And
So he was a musician already?
Yeah, well, he writes music. He actually manages a couple bands.
Okay, big up your cousin.
Yeah, big up Rex.
Big up Rex.
So I came up here to be a part of, I can't remember what it was called. What was it called? But it was me, him, Harry and Louise. And I was just like...
Big up Harry and Louise.
Yeah, big up Harry and Louise.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me though.
Okay.
It just wasn't for me.
So you went solo?
You could say that. I just moved to London after that. I was like, Leighton Buzzard has nothing for me. Why am I here? And I was going through some things as well, and I just decided that I wanted to explore life. So I moved to London and I came up here by myself, and I just, was homeless for a little bit, and I just grafted, went to school, did really, really well, started my law degree, and I was like, what?
So you came here by yourself to London?
Yeah.
So you had no family members, you had no family?
I stayed with my cousin, but then I was in a hostel for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've done, that's the whole nother story for another day.
But you've literally migrated from another country, from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Then you went through trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Then you've come to London.
Yeah.
You also faced trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
That just shows that you're a survivor. It shows
yeah,
that...
but you know what? And I appreciate that. I understand where you're going with that. I don't want to survive anymore. I want to live.
Okay, I like that.
I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
My spirit is tired. I just want to live, and I'm all like choosing love and choosing things that serve me and are purposeful to me. And if it doesn't make me feel good or teach me something in a compassionate way, then it can't be a part of my life. That's where I'm at.
So you're spiritual?
Extremely. Yeah, I try to be.
You do yoga?
Yes, I have been practicing since I was about 10.
Yeah, I'm getting that type of spiritual moment.
Yeah.
In terms of, I'm going to talk about music and, of course, equality within the males and the females. Women's mental health is a key subject that's not been addressed in this type of society. Do you think the subject needs to be addressed? Do you think people need to resolve certain issues?
I think women's mental health has been addressed, but I think in the manner of which it's been addressed and how it is being discussed and dealt with, I think not just women, but all mental health, like everyone has mental health, men and women, people. And it's not necessarily, you have to get help from the institutions. So the work has been done already, and there's lots of papers and evidence and stuff like that. But the institutions and how they deal with mental health needs to be addressed.
What do you think the key factors are to resolve this situation amongst mental health?
Education.
Okay.
So education, understanding, there's different resources available, trying new things like horse therapy. I've tried horse therapy before. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Yeah, equine therapy.
Riding a horse, yeah?
No, nothing to do with that. It's about boundaries. It's about being okay, learning how to check in with yourself when you're not all right. So like, obviously horses are huge animals, and they will like, if you're connected with a horse, they will almost like come at you. So it's about you saying, no, I'm not comfortable with it. Like, I went on this 3-day retreat, and it was mind-blowing, mind-altering, honestly. Check it out, equine therapy. Shiatsu massage, helping to like release trauma, because a lot of trauma is stored in the body. So not just using, I guess, one way, there's like many multitudes. Like, we live in a world where there's like different avenues of everything. So homeopathic remedies, your diet has a lot to do with trauma and mental health as well, which they never really discuss. So there needs to be like a link to make it holistic, as opposed to it being like, it's just your mind, because it's mind and your body, that they have to interlink, and there's symbiosis in that. So those are just a few of the things that I would.
Clued on. You're very well spoken. I like that.
Thank you.
One more thing I want to ask. Single mothers.
Whoa.
No. It's just a question.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you're a mother. Why do you think single mothers don't get the recognition that they deserve in terms of raising kids by themselves? And I'm very picky with my questions. But
Why
not-
did you ask me that question
not-
firstly?
I'm just, as a female,
As a woman,
I apologise.
you've been using
Just,
this term a lot.
I apologise. Just for like speaking as a woman's perspective, why do you think women don't get certain recognition that they deserve? Let's just
Because
say
we live in a
general.
patriarchal society. And I feel I've been realising or coming to understand that I feel like with the ascent of women coming into their power, and I mean like politically and with finances and spiritually within the last, since the 80s or maybe like say the 50s, after the Second World War, I think men are scared of that, what that looks like.
Okay.
And that's not to say that all men are scared. I feel like the idea of a woman being in power or having power or legitimacy or agency over herself it makes men scared because they don't know how do you respond to that when for hundreds and hundreds of years you guys have been in power?
Agree.
How do you respond to that? And I feel like we have to learn how to live
Amongst
together
one, yeah.
because we need each other.
Yeah.
That's a fact. We need each other.
Yeah.
So it's about just because, and it's the same like you think about blackness, where people are empowered by their blackness. That doesn't mean that white people or Asian people are not empowered. It means I'm not taking away from that. I'm just empowering myself, and we have to look at it in a similar way. I feel. So single mums. What was the question?
No, that was. You just answered that question in general.
Okay.
Equality in terms of females.
Yeah.
How would you describe your journey as a musician as a whole?
Fucking difficult.
Why?
Because I'm Nang. Because I'm Nang and I don't get the recognition that I deserve. But that's
Why
okay.
do you think certain musicians don't get the recognition they deserve?
But I feel like everything happens in its time.
Okay.
So I feel like had I had, and I say that respectfully, but had I had got what I wanted or what I desired or what I envisioned for myself at the beginning of my career, I don't think I would have lasted as long as I have. I would have burnt out. Or
Why would you say that?
Because I didn't know anything.
Okay.
I know how to sing,
Yeah.
but I didn't know about the theoretic side of things, like how to make a song, mixing, mastering, layering songs, how to be a good studio artist. I didn't know how to do that, how to manage myself as an artist, how to interact, how to network, I didn't know any of those things. I was just me. I was just Danielle.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do any of those things. So I've had to learn, and over the years, and I'm a quick learner, I've been able to pick this up and pick that up. And so when I know I get to that point, no one can come and tell me nothing about, you have to do this. Later, I know how to do it myself.
Yeah, because you mastered your
Because
craft.
I'm learning how, haven't mastered it as yet. I'm learning how to, And every day is a learning process. And you might get G-checked or, like, do you know what I mean? Someone might be like, no, that's not how you do it. And I'm like, rare, but it's about learning, being open to understanding and learning new things, because there's always room to get better.
Do you think the music industry exploits certain musicians?
Yeah.
Why do you think they exploit certain musicians? Like, do you
I think they
like,
exploit women.
Okay, women.
Yeah, because they over-sexualize us.
Okay.
Definitely over-sexualize us. And I feel like, you have a choice. You can do that if you want to. But I feel like it's difficult. Like, I myself, I know I'm a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for me to, and I'm conscious as well. So I'm like, when I make a music video, I don't want to be over sexy.
Okay.
Like, if I'm on my day-to-day, that's calm because that's who I am as a person. But it's not something that I want younger women or young boys to think that is how a woman should be to get ahead. And it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine if you want to do that, but that's something that, as somebody that's experienced certain things, that's not a message that I'm willing to put out or wanting to put out. So I feel like, with that being said, people that are willing to do that get put in more opportunities, but I feel like they're being exploited because it's not. Because
they're doing certain stuff that they don't have to, but because they have to do certain stuff to move forward as a musician.
Yeah, which is difficult. It's like, why? I just want to sing. I just want to sing, Mom. Like,
in terms of music in the UK, do you think UK musicians are finally getting the recognition that they deserve?
Yeah.
You think now it's our time?
Yeah. I think it's always been our time, but I feel like the way because music from the UK has always been good, and that's not just black, because all types of, in general, music from the UK has always been good. But I feel like I guess the era that we're in, where it's accessible for everyone, they can take control and be like, this is how I want to do it. But also, going back to exploited artists, I feel like drill artists are getting exploited.
Why would you say that drill artists are getting exploited?
Because like someone like Unknown T, or it's whatever they're doing, their brand or their package that they're selling, you've got bigger management or, the labels looking at it being like, we're going to frown upon everything that you're saying, all the violence that you're talking about, but we're going to use that as a selling point to make money from you. That's exploitation.
Of course it is exploitation.
And it's wrong.
It's a business as well.
But again...
It's wrong. I understand.
It's wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
It's just wrong. because ultimately you're doing more damage than good. And I'm not saying drill, like I don't jump on that bandwagon, like you should police music at all. But I feel like they use you, like I say on one of my songs, they use you until they can't get nothing from you, and then look at you, you're bad, you did this and you X, Y, and Z. That's what the world does to you.
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
You got to have tough skin to survive in this world. That's one thing I've learned. What's the vision? What's the end goal in terms of music?
Take over the world, Pinky.
Take over the world. What happened?
To take over the world, but with like with love. Because I've lived a life without a lot of love, and I'm trying to learn what that looks like in my life right now, and be patient and kind and be open to being vulnerable and learning. Not with everybody, but
You're
just
very caring. I'm
trying
getting
to be.
No, I'm getting this. You know, you slightly remind me of like Lauryn Hill.
Oh, lol, is it?
Yeah, you got me like, because you're...
Lauren.
Yeah, like I'm getting a type of like Lauryn Hill type of vibe, like very peace and tranquility. I
just played something for you that's the song that I wrote when I spoke about Lauryn Hill in it, yeah.
So basically your vision is just to take over the world through your music, to show people.
Yeah, but also through helping young women. So I want to open my foundation called the Aneesa Marie Foundation, which we're currently in the process of doing.
It's going to happen.
It's happening. To help to house young women that were in similar situations to myself.
Okay.
So when I was 17 and I was saying, yo, I need someone to live, like I was going to the homeless shelter, and they were like, unless you are pregnant or you're an alcoholic or you're a drug like you're addicted to something, we can't help you. We cannot house you. And I was like, and this is why you find people going into certain cycles of living that their parents and their parents before them have done, because they have no other option.
That's true. They're stuck.
So it was like, I'm in school, I have no support from my family, and I need somewhere to live. Like, can you help me? No, we can't help you. So I had to go through like this long process, and it's just been draining. And if I had succumbed to that, I probably would be fucking smoking crack somewhere right now. That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, but your mindset,
I've
dedicated. You know what I mean? No, but it's like, okay, it's like what you could have. It's a question mark.
Okay.
But you're here. So you chose the right decisions in life to be the person you are right now. That makes sense.
I don't think so. I don't really think so. I feel like we are all one decision away, and I don't feel like I'm different or I have a special mindset or what have you. That's just not something I want for myself. It's one of my biggest fears. So it's just something that I, as low as I get, and I've tried my hardest, or I've tried different avenues of coping mechanisms now. So, yeah.
Spot on. Do you have any questions for me?
We spoke about it, but how was traveling around
Traveling
the world?
was very good. I was in Pakistan about a week ago.
Amazing. Whereabouts?
All over Pakistan.
Okay.
Apart from certain spots that I couldn't go because I needed an NGO. But Pakistan was a country that was very unique. I would describe it as it was unique. It was raw. It was adventurous. I've learned a lot. I've learned to humble myself. And
why? From that trip alone?
From that trip alone, because I've seen wealth and I've seen poverty in Pakistan, and I've seen poverty at its lowest. I've seen poverty as well in Africa as well. But Pakistan was a country that I've learned to humble myself, because I've met a lot of polite people, too many polite people. I've educated myself in terms of it's not what the media portrays. A lot of people say Pakistan is dangerous, but Pakistan, I felt more safe in Pakistan than in London. That's just from my perspective.
People of, I don't want to make a generalization, but people of Asian descent tend to have like hospitality is A1. It doesn't Bengali, Pakistani, Indian. Hospitality and they make you feel welcome. Like in
very
Trinidad,
welcome.
It's a mixture of Black and Asian people, so that's just what you grow up around, just love and sharing food, and I understand what you mean.
Because I think back home they've got a culture that we don't have over here. The same cultures that they.
When you say back home, what do you mean?
As in, like, when you go back home to your original country, either it's the Caribbean or if it's Asia or Africa, the cultures are way different compared to the UK. If that makes sense.
Ours is, I'm not gonna lie, Trinidad is lit. It's got worse throughout the years because of, again, like.
Are you persuading me to come Trinidad?
Yeah, come Trinidad. Carnival.
I'm actually going Haiti next year.
Oh, wow.
So the reason I'm going Haiti because I want to understand the African culture and the voodoo-ness and I want to go to the
Voodoo's
slums.
amazing.
Yeah. No, voodoo, black magic.
Yeah, I know, voodoo's
Oh,
amazing.
so
That's what I said, it's amazing.
I thought you said food. I was like,
Yeah, because it's based in African spirituality.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
based on the Yoruba tradition of
That's
the
right.
Orishas,
That's
which
right.
is what we come from as our essence.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
practice that at home in Trinidad as well. So
Yeah.
I practice that too.
Yeah.
So, but it's not necessarily called voodoo. It's
Yeah.
it's called, like, they call it the Baptist, or they have the Orishas.
See, I'm getting
maybe.
educated right now. See, I didn't
Yeah.
know, this is the beautiness about just having a general conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question. How good are you with geography?
That was the one subject that I was really bad at.
Would you thought I was gonna ask you in terms of the game?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, can I ask you some geography questions? Is that okay?
Oh, I'm gonna do so bad. Yeah,
You can
go
try.
on.
Right, I'll ask you 3 questions. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'll give you. Hopefully, one will be easy. What's the capital of Brazil?
Oh, this is awful. No. It's,
Do you guys know?
No, Rio.
Nah.
Sao Paulo.
I'll give you one more guess.
Brazil.
Yeah, Brasilia. One more question. Yeah. Actually, 2 more.
Woo!
What is the longest river in Africa, and where does it
Nile.
start? Where does it start? This is
Oh, that's not fair.
where
So the longest
So
is
the river,
Nile.
yeah. But where does it start and where does it finish?
Uh,
All right. Does it
It's-
flow
I don't-
upwards or does it flow downwards?
I think it flows that. I feel like it goes that way because that's how.
Is that up or down? Like what you're pointing?
Up here is what I'm thinking is like North Africa.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking, how would they have done trade? So it would have had to start. It probably ends or opens up there.
Okay.
So it probably starts somewhere down here. So
Yeah.
probably next to. I'm thinking, not Botswana, not.
No, it's
a bit further.
it's somewhere in East Africa.
Tanzania,
Very close.
not Zanzibar.
No, Zanzibar's in Tanzania. Very close.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia's too far out. The country was known for having Idi Amin as a dictator.
Well, that's not fair because I'm just.
Uganda.
No, oh really?
The river now starts in Uganda, Lake Victoria, and it flows upwards. It finishes the Mediterranean Sea. It doesn't flow down, it flows up. That's why there's dams to control the water.
But I never knew that.
I never knew that
But
as
I
well.
just kind of assumed that because the trade
Yeah.
up there in North Africa and like with the Greeks and the rest of them, I don't know. Yeah.
Last question. Right now in the UK, yeah.
Sorry.
What is the UK's national dish right now? Do you guys know?
Is it fish and chips? Pie and mash?
No, they've changed it.
Spaghetti bolognese.
They've
It's
changed
not
it.
even English.
They've changed it. They've changed it.
Pasta.
Right now, what is like they've actually changed the national dish.
Reggae chicken. I don't know. Give me a clue.
Spicy.
Tandoori chicken.
No.
Tikka masala.
That was close.
Is it korma?
It's a curry.
Curry what? Like curry what?
Just like a normal curry. That's what they changed. National dish.
Um,
Google it, I swear to God.
What?
Yeah, I know, that's what I don't understand. I
What?
know.
Okay. What's the English? What does the English curry look like to you? What's it to any of us?
You know what English curry? I don't know what it looks like. I don't think there's even if like there is an English curry, but that's what they've changed the
Curry
national dish.
chicken. is di-
Last question I want to ask you, yeah?
Yeah.
Anyone that's watching this interview right now, what inspiring words would you give out to the audience?
Oh.
In terms of if they want to be a musician like you,
Oh.
or if they just want to start a business,
Okay.
what advice would you give them?
Don't have another option of anything. There's no plan B. Just plan A. Just see what you want to become and everything will come to you. You just work to work backwards. So this is what you want to become. How do I do that? What do I need to do that? Try to be systematic because like, having a dream is good, but you need to be organized in your thinking in order for you to attack it, in order for it to be something that is, you know, edible for your mind, for you to do. You don't feel overwhelmed. So just work backwards and there is no plan B, only plan A. So
I like that.
yeah.
Where can they
Thank
find
God.
you on social media?
Instagram.
What's the name? What's the name on Instagram?
Aneesa Marie. So that's spelled Alpha November Echo Sierra Alpha Mother Alpha Romeo India Echo _ That's Aneesa Marie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Was you okay with the interview? How did you feel?
Yeah, it's cool. It's
all right?
fine. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Right, guys, it's Blackman the Traveller. I
Thank
hope you
you.
guys have enjoyed this interview. I am going to put all of the social media in the description. Take care. Peace and love.
Bye.